Everybody's wired a little differently, and this is not a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach to finding happiness in life. But if this applies to you, I hope it helps, because sometimes it takes a lifetime before you figure things out, and it's right under your nose, you know?
So today I want to talk about why we are so discontent. And I'm not talking about discontent with everything in life, but I think there are things when they matter to us a lot, whether it be a relationship or work or something that holds high value. We raise up the bar and we expect more. And I think this stems from a good place because we want excellence. We want things to be awesome. We want things to be near perfection for us. But the problem we fall into is that phrase, unrealistic expectations. And I think there is a level of expectation management that we have to exercise. Yes, where we push the boundaries and strive for excellence and improve the quality of life. But there are times when we have to make sure we're realistic. We're not sitting there expecting stuff to happen that would never happen and then get frustrated or disappointed. And I think this is so key. It's like a very simple truth in finding happiness or finding a way to your happiness, because there's a lot of people out there that are used to pushing ourselves or other people pushing us. And we play this game of tag you're it, where we put overemphasis and overfocus on certain people and expect excellence from them, raise that bar even that much higher. And it becomes toxic. I mean, it stems from a good place where we want the best to come out. We want that excellence to come out. And but at the end of the day, a bunch of time passes and we never get to enjoy just moments, relaxed, chill, and engaging with our circumstances in the way we should, you know, being thankful, feeling blessed, and really enjoying moment by moment these relationships. Instead, we're sitting there saying either to that job or to that significant other or to that child or whoever, you're not measuring up. You need to be here, but you're back there, and you're never satisfied. And you're sitting there just living life unsatisfied, grumpy, just a step away from leaving everything because you want to prove to everybody that that was unacceptable. And this is something very serious, but it's very simple as well, you know? And I want to encourage you guys, strive for excellence, raise the bar, do what you need to do, but don't skip out each and every moment of your life appreciating what you have, being realistic to know that they're probably going to take some time to get to where they need to get to, or they may never get there. Still, if you chose to engage in this work relationship or love relationship or just a friendship relationship, whatever, make sure that you appreciate them, okay? If you expect perfection before you can give them love, you are the problem, because nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. And for us to raise the bar so high that we want perfection before we can appreciate them and before we can love them, you're going to run into a lot of issues. So my encouragement to you is to see life in a very simplistic way, a little bit more simplistic than what we've been doing, you know? Raise the bar, strive for excellence, but don't be toxic. Don't say you better or else, you know, you better or I'm gonna leave. And more than us pushing the establishment or pushing the other person, we need to look at ourselves and make sure we're doing our part to have a bigger capacity, accept those flaws, and move forward with the circumstances that are involved. You know, I'm guilty of bringing misery to so many people that I love around me by constantly having this toxic expectation, you know, trying to pull, lead, do all the things that I felt like I needed to do to make sure that we get from point A to B to C to D to E. You know what? And I sucked out a lot of life's joys because of this toxic personality. And I chose that toxic personality for the greater good, right? we choose for the greater good because at the end, we'll have more money, we'll have more success, we'll have more stature, we'll have whatever XYZ, you'll have a better career, you'll have a better family, you'll have, you know what? Nonsense. You need to stop, enjoy your circumstances, appreciate your circumstances. Life goes by so fast, and if all you're doing is pushing, all you're doing is counting the dollars, you know, trying to be as efficient as possible, trying to do this, trying to do that, you know, get a good balance. Know when to relax, know when to chill, know when to push hard, know when to work hard, you know? And at the end of the day, the things that last are your relationships. And so make sure you don't hurt the people you love because of the agenda that we bought into, because of the brainwashing we did to ourselves and we're going to do to everybody else. There are things in life that are solid truths. And then there are things in life that shift as time goes by. You know, the younger generation, they look at the older generation, they think they're full of, old school thoughts. They're crusty. They don't know how to bend. They're, too religious. They're too politically incorrect. They're such an embarrassment because they don't know, But guess what? The ideologies that the younger generation buy into, they're more uptight. They're more frustrating. It's just a different set of rules that they're trying to enforce. And if they looked at the older generation, if they actually lived during the times with the old generation, they would probably hang out with their parents and those people because they were cool back then, And as time goes by, as generations go by, you have this shift in energy and shift in emphasis and shift in focus. But there are things in life that are more important than those ideologies that come and go like fads. I mean, certain truths in life about love, God, things that will not change as time passes, generation after generation. Those things you have to figure out for yourself. You have to figure out and know that those will not shift. But things like emphasis on what is horrendous, what is acceptable, what is frustrating, it'll shift. It'll shift with generations and it'll shift with time. And be careful what things you're grabbing onto to make a fight for in this life. Life is short. Don't spend all your energy warring against the people you love. Okay. Now, in terms of work, I want to encourage you guys, appreciate your work and give your best energy. And if that work doesn't deserve your best energy, and if that work is hard to appreciate, keep your eye open for the next gig. Okay. Or I would strongly suggest check yourself, because it might be you and your attitude and your approach to that work that's holding you back from really living life like you should, thriving at your work, believing in your company, giving 100%. Like I said, there's nobody perfect. There's no company perfect. We're all human beings here. We have our faults. And you have to remember, if you are looking for perfection before you can pour out your heart and soul into a relationship, into a work relationship, into a job, you're never going to get there. You will be frustrated time after time after time, and you will leave this earth realizing you just wasted a whole bunch of energy and time. So I want to encourage you guys, readjust your expectations in life and learn how to enjoy moment by moment, appreciate moment by moment the things in life, the people in your life, and stop being so difficult and stop being so elitist. Know how to chill, know how to flow. I hope this helps you out, because everybody deserves a better life.
What's going on, my people? So this week, in terms of work, was not very good. I was supposed to work Tuesday and Wednesday, and it ended up being that I worked a couple hours. Then I took my truck into maintenance, and they're going to do what they call a PMB, which is a large maintenance where they change the oil and take a look at everything in the truck. So I was supposed to have a run to Phoenix and back, and then turn my truck in, but it ended up being that my load got canceled. And then after my load got canceled, they didn't replace it with anything else because they couldn't fit it in time for me to be back before 4 p.m. on Wednesday for me to take it in for the PMB. So I took time off on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then headed to Hawaii on Thursday. And so I've been in Hawaii for the last few days, and I will be coming back on Monday and then probably heading to the truck on Tuesday morning. So, but just wanted to give a quick update of what's going on and what happened this week. And, at least I got to enjoy a good vacation. So thank you for following me on this journey. Until next time, cheers.